Alright, well, I'm excited for today's install. It should be a lot easier than the down pipes, but you never know with cars. It could turn into a huge headache. But I was really looking forward to getting a charge pipe for this car. So for the Z489, they make a specific charge pipe that is way different than the 335i or the 135i charge pipe. I'll show you guys the shape of it and you can compare it to the other ones. But anyways, I ended up getting the Evolution Racewerks one, and I got the mirror polished one. It looks so nice, especially with the Tial blow-off valve. I ended up getting a blue one. I didn't really care about the color, but I got the blue, and it actually already came on the charge pipe, so they already assembled the Tial blow-off valve onto the charge pipe, which is no big deal. I'm cool with that. But I'll show you the kit that I got. Everything was sent in different packages because I got it from a third party. And so I got my down pipes from BRSF, and then the charge pipe, the blow-off valve, and just the charge pipe and the blow-off valve came from Evolution Racewerks. And then I ended up getting the adapter to run the proper vacuum line, which is, I believe, 1/8. That came from Burger Motorsports. So 3 different packages. They're all finally here. I already got the down pipes, as you saw that in that other video. Those are done and installed. So yeah, let's take a look. Look at this pipe. Just beautiful. So the other time on my 135i, I ended up getting the wrinkle black from, I don't remember what brand, but I think it was BRSF. I definitely should have gone with the mirror polish on my other car, but at least I have it for this one. You can see that they already assembled the Tial blow-off valve on here. All they did was put this clamp, and I believe there's a gasket in here too. Upon first glance, it looks like... Okay, never mind. I thought maybe a nut needed to go there, but I don't think so. So they have this massive vacuum line on it. They just snuck it through there. That's not going to stay on there. This whole fitting, I believe, is not going to stay on there. We're going to switch over to... This is the kit that came from Burger Motorsports, so I have it all laid out here. So this was separate that I had to buy. It comes with an adapter, basically all to run this 1/8 line. So that's the proper line that we're going to run from the manifold, I believe. I don't remember how I did this last time. It was a lot more simple, but I did get the Vader Solutions kit last time, so this is different from that. This is the Burger Motorsports, like I said, so it's going to be a little different than the Vader Solutions. This is what came with the charge pipe, these clamps here, and these block off cylinder caps. So we're going to have to block off a few things here, or a couple things. So yeah, and then also, I don't know if I'm going to do this today, but I might do my vacuum lines. Not sure. I don't know if you guys will want to see that anyways, but as you can see here, the guy before me ran some purple ones, which I don't like. Nothing wrong with it, but I just don't like it. And I did notice that this, I believe this hose hooks up to the diverter valve. Let me know if I'm wrong, but it's just hanging there. So that was like a clear sign for me to want to upgrade the charge pipe on this. So yeah, I'll start by removing this vacuum line and the air intake cones. I know those have to be replaced. I haven't really been driving the car, so those are going to be replaced. I just have to wait for the filters to come in. But yeah, I'll start with that. Also, check this out. Over the top customer service a little bit. It's always nice to see something like this, quality control. Checking everything before they send it out. That's just great to see. So shout out to Evolution Racewerks for doing stuff like this. All right, update. Took off the filters. Not from here, but the other end if you got the DCI ones that just have this extension here for clearance. And I also went ahead and removed, where did the pipe go? Oh, okay. I removed this, I think it's a diverter pipe. All you do is push this pin back and that releases it from the connection here. So then I also pulled back this C-clamp with a flathead, and this is what we're looking at right now. I just unbolted this T-map sensor here. So I pulled that out, and now I have it hanging over here. And I believe it routes back all the way up here. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. I'm ready to pull off the pipe now. I believe there's another diverter valve that's connected over there though. I'm gonna see about doing the same thing as this end and trying to take that off. But if you look down there, this is gonna be a little janky here. There's a weird style clamp that connects down there. So that's gonna be fun to remove and also to put on the new charge pipe. So yeah, like I said, next step, I'm gonna try to remove the other hose from the other end before I try to pull this off here. Luckily I have a Dremel, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the best that I can to cut that clamp down there. That is a one-time use clamp from BMW, so we're gonna have to cut that off. You can try to find another way if you don't have a Dremel, but I'm gonna use a Dremel, and I'm gonna try to be as careful as possible to not get the hose as well. They supplied the new clamp that's gonna go over that, which is this one, so don't worry about that. But so fingers crossed I don't fuck up and mess this up. Boys, there's no way you're gonna be able to grab some cutting pliers to cut that clamp off. I struggled even with this diamond bit on this Dremel. Just, if you're using the Dremel, make sure and take your time. Don't be in a rush and just constantly check. Maybe grab a pick tool and try to see if you can get underneath where you're cutting. So luckily, I did a decent job here and I was able to get the clamp off. You can see where it used to be. But yeah, what I kept doing is I'd cut on full speed and I'd see the sparks flying just for a second and then go back with the pick tool and see if I was through all the way yet. And once I was through, I was able to use this right angle pick tool and just yank the clamp off. So now we're finally going to be able to take off this pipe. We have the charge pipe out. Remember, we're going to be taking the clamp off this one and putting it on the new one. We're also going to take the O-ring inside of here and put that on the new one. So keep that close by. I got both of the diverter pipes here. I got them both out. So there's a vacuum line attachment at the top of here. Each one of these, make sure to detach that before you take them out. So we got these just hanging here. I'm gonna follow them back. They should be going. I'm gonna take a closer look here, but I'll need two hands. I'll let you guys know what I do with this in a second. But yeah, at least everything's cleared up here. You can see where our new charge pipe is gonna go into down there. So we're gonna put the clamp on that lower hose first before we put the charge pipe on. Angle it so that it's easy to tighten from up top. So yeah, let's get these things transferred onto that pipe, and also the T-map sensor that I've kind of pushed away here somewhere. So I'm gonna get that T-map sensor that we removed from the old charge pipe disconnected, and we're also gonna move that onto the new pipe. All right, guys, a little off topic here, but so I'll just run through this really quick. So I was telling you guys about the purple lines that I didn't like. Well, either way, I want to extend them so I can tuck the vacuum canisters over here. So what I'm doing quick before I continue on the charge pipe is I went ahead and I disconnected this one from there, and I'm following it back, cutting off all the zip ties. So I followed it all the way to the vacuum canister, and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it and run my line from FCP Euro and follow it all the way back. the same route that the other one went, except extended a little longer so that it'll reach that corner over there, and then do the next one. So at least I know what route to take. I think that was the best way to do it. But maybe if you guys want to do your vacuum lines while you're at it on the Z4, it's really easy because it's so open. So you can go ahead and do that and order this FCP Euro vacuum line. I think blue's a little better than purple. Plus, it helps you just spot out the vacuum lines really easily from the engine. So I'm going to do that quick before I get back to the downpipe. Boys, let me know what you think in the comments. So if you can remember or go back in the video how it looked like with the purple lines. And remember, the vacuum canisters were just dangling down there, not secured down to anything, just kind of getting in the way. And, you know, as the car's driving, they're just rattling all over the place. So like I told you guys, I just followed the lines and did each one with the blue FCP Euro ones. So just ran them through the same way, zip tied them just to secure them at certain points, and then got them out of the way over here. And then since this place is so open because it's electric steering on this Z4 on the 2009 35i, I just ended up putting the vacuum canisters over here. There's nothing really that I could readily see to bolt them down to. So in the meantime, I just zip tied them to this brace over here. So they're not going to move too much. Well, definitely not as much as just dangling down there. And then so I also did these lines that came over here. So pretty happy with this rerouting of the vacuum lines and kind of just cleaning things up here and not having to see that purple anymore. So yeah, kind of sidetracked on the charge pipe, but not really, because it's going to help me with all the openness over here and doing the charge pipe and not having to worry about these getting in the way. So back to the charge pipe. All right, boys, this is what I have so far. So I was able to put the charge pipe into the inlet down there. I already had the clamp on there that they provided. And then after I did that, I just slid this end onto the throttle body and then put the C-clip right afterwards. I'm going to tell you guys, it does seem a little sketchy. It doesn't move at all, but it doesn't go in all the way. Maybe if anybody else that has used the Evolution Racewerks can give me a little insight on that. I'm not sure if I have it in all the way or if that's how it fits, but it doesn't seem like it wants to go on there anymore. I'm going to try a little more and see what else I can do, but for now, at least I have it on. And this is pretty open here, so if anything, I'm just going to keep trying. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and start on the new vacuum line that will go to the Tial blow-off valve in the car. So I'm starting that process. I already did get this quick disconnect fitting on here instead of the other one that was on there originally. We got that off. So we're left with this and this. So all of that we're left with in this new line. These I didn't have to use because if you have the dual cone intakes, they already came with those caps and capped off for the air intakes. So yeah, we'll go on to that. We're still left with this here, which I believe we're gonna cap off this little nozzle here. So we're gonna lose these vacuum lines, but this is gonna be capped off. So we'll go on to the next step of adding the Burger Motorsports adapter. Also, if you have these stubby box wrenches, that's good, but I highly recommend getting these. These have helped me so much in tight areas, especially the ratcheting one. So with that, I was able to easily get that clamp on. Otherwise, it was super hard unless you go from underneath the car. So luckily, I didn't have to take the time to jack the car up. I just put that box wrench down there and held the other side with one hand and then Got that super tight, and you can get that as tight as you want because it's on the metal. So we're good on that too. Okay, so we should be good. I have the vacuum line running from the blow-off valve to this Burger Motorsports adapter. So basically, I just sealed off this end with one of the supplied bolts, put in the fitting here, the quick detach fitting on the other side, and then put the fatter end on this side, and then slid the cotter pin on, and then the PCV valve that was previously connected to this for stock purposes was then connected to the BMS adapter. So that's what we got going on there. The C-clip is in. The T-map sensor connector is in. I kind of broke the retainer on this trying to take it off, so that sucks. Same with this. I broke the clip here too, which sucks too. But I might just go ahead and replace this hose because that's going to bother me. A little OCD on that. And what else we got going on here? If you didn't have DCI cones, you would want to cap these off. I'm not going to put the clamp on there because these are not coming off anyways. And reduce the use of clamps. So we're all set on here. Just putting the DCI cones back in, and it should all be ready to go. The new lines look really good. Everything looks really good. It's getting a cleaner look in the engine bay. Just gotta get somebody to detail the engine bay, and it'll look perfect. So yeah, the polished look looks really good too. There is an upgrade for the vacuum canisters to get instead of plastic. I might be doing that too. But for now, this is what we got. So I'll finish putting it all back together. You are also going to be left with, this is my trash box here for right now, till I throw everything away. But I did want to show you, in case you are wondering, why am I left with this vacuum hose. So this is no longer to be used for stock, because you have a charge pipe now, so you can just throw that away. And that is what we capped off here on the manifold. We capped it off with the supplied cap and zip tied it so to make sure that it doesn't come off. So we can throw those vacuum lines away once I have everything put back together. Don't forget to hook up this vacuum line too, so that's all hooked up now. DCI filters are also back in. So here we got the layout of the engine now. So you can't really see the charge pipe anymore with the filters. Don't mind them. They're gonna get replaced. But yeah, not really a reason to get a flashy blow-off valve or a flashy charge pipe because you're not going to see it. But however, I could get the mushroom filters, see if I can get them in this size to open up the engine bay a little bit more. It wouldn't be too much more, but I might give it a shot, see what other filters I can use. Alright, that does it for this installation on the charge pipe for the E89. It's a great upgrade. Probably one of the first things that you want to do. So make sure you drive the car hard afterwards. I mean, let it warm up first, but then drive it hard and check to see if any of the connections come loose and everything's still the way that you had it after